Alright everyone, this is the greatest news of all time. Let's not beat around the bush here. You all know. And if you don't, All-Star Battle R is getting a brand new season pass. Not only this, it's already confirmed that JoJolion is taking up one of these spots. We're getting a second JoJolion character into All-Star Battle R. This is amazing. With so many options to choose from for JoJolion, just choosing one seems to be quite difficult. Seriously, for being the longest part in all of JoJo and having a variety of characters to choose from, only having one more is a bit sad. But hey, we'll take what we can get. First of all, the most obvious answer, judging from what Bandai has done previously, it would be to add Joshu into the game. I mean, he is a character from Eyes of Heaven, really the only one from JoJolion in that game except Yasuho. And although on its own it doesn't seem like much, with this quote-unquote new character thing that they have been releasing for All-Star Battle R, mainly being just models from Eyes of Heaven, Joshu had a great shot of being the sole new rep of JoJolion. However, I do feel as though this is unlikely. First of all, notice the date of when JoJolion character is being released. Late winter. Late winter, for those who are unaware, is around like February or March. That is 9 months from now. That is quite a lot of time. I think it's unlikely that they would spend all of this time just to release Joshu. Like, especially look at the fact that the gap between DLC number 2 and DLC number 3 could realistically be like 5 months. That's a lot of time. Time to possibly make their own models and get some voices for some JoJolion characters. Not only is there this fact, but in the official All-Star Battle R Discord server, people asked ASBR if the final JoJolion character is Joshu. For those who don't know, ASBR is the brand manager for All-Star Battle R. And they responded with, lol, all I can say is you won't be disappointed. Isn't that absolutely insane? And this pretty much confirms that the new character for All-Star Battle R is not Joshu, but a completely different JoJolion character. So yeah, I genuinely think that we're getting a completely new model and voice acting for our JoJolion web, since it's not Joshu. And I guess this deconfirms Yasuho as well. I know the 15.2% of my audience would care about that. Anyways, when it comes to other JoJolion characters to add to All-Star Battle R, we have a few that are obvious. First of all, Tooru. Like, come on. It's literally the main villain of the part. Tooru is currently the only main villain who is not in the game. Even Dio has both of his forms in the game. In fact, he has 2 more after that. So, yeah, I think it's very clear that Tooru is going to be this next edition. Oh, what's that? Toru's stand, Wonder of You, makes it so that he can't work in a fighting game? I already made a video discussing that issue and how it is in fact a non-issue. So there should be no problem if Tooru uses rock insects or whatever and they get a bit creative with his moveset. I think Tooru is basically going to be our addition, but what if we got more creative with it? Someone else who could definitely make up that second spot is Yasuho Hirose. She is the deuteragonist, and she also happens to be the only deuteragonist who's not in the game. I do think she could be used well in a fighting game too. And for those saying she can't attack with Paisley Park, she literally can. I mean, In the Doobie Wa fight, she literally does a stand rush, and I can just see the option select feature of Paisley Park giving Yasuho a lot of possibilities. Who knows? It could even become something like Hero in Smash Bros. Or Asuka in Guilty Gear if they decide to go super deep into it. She could also use a lot of different electrical tools for her stand and attack with those. And if this hasn't convinced you enough, she has a metal rod to attack with, which we all know is the strongest thing in the JoJo universe, only rivaled by Soft and Wet's shovel. Now, okay, we got super hopeful, but let's fall gack to something that's more akin to reality. What if the next character is Go Beyond Form Gappy? Think about it. It fits with the idea of All-Star Battle R reusing models and is something that people want. People always complain about how Gappy only has moves from like the first 20 chapters. So what if this next character is him with his full kit, using Go Beyond, using different type of bubbles, all of that? They better not do it, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. Someone else I could see being added to the game is Jobin. Jobin Higashikata was a big player in the part, and is honestly the second most important character in the part in terms of people with stands that are purely offensive. I can see him doing a lot with Speed King, since it's literally an attacking stand. Being able to store heat into objects and possibly throwing them at your opponent sounds really fun to use. And even close up, all the fire attacks would look fantastic. I wouldn't be opposed to Jobin being the only other rep in All-Star Battle R, but the only problem I could see with his inclusion is people who haven't read JoJolion thinking he's the main villain or something. But to be honest, he pretty much was for like the first 80 chapters. I don't think anyone would be mad about Jobin being added to the game. Like, he is a character that's hard to hate, and he put in a lot of work throughout the part. I could see people being mad that their favorite character didn't make it in and Jobin did, but saying that they are opposed to Jobin making it into ASBR is something that not many people would think, at least in my opinion. So yeah, Jobin would be a good, safe character to choose from that would be easy to implement into All-Star Battle R, but I do think that it would just leave fans wanting more. So yeah, the JoJolion hype train for All-Star Battle R is finally back after over a year of suffering. And yes, it truly was over a year ago. In fact, I did talk about this particular video during that time frame. So how about you all check out that video and make fun of me, since we did end up getting that second character added to the roster. Or hey, if you think JoJolion should have gotten more characters, you can say that in the comments as well.